Hello, my name's Mark. Welcome to Living La Dolce Vita. Well, good morning everybody, and welcome back to the plot. Living La Dolce Vita, of course, and big thank you to all my subscribers. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and well, as I say, it's all free. Right, so you find us down the plot on a rather windy, grey, chilly July the 3rd, Monday, July the 3rd, that's it. And I hope you can hear me above the wind, okay? So today's plan. So obviously I have been doing some work down the allotment. It's a very busy time of the year, of course, transplanting various plants, etc. I've had some swede given to me. Now they're not looking very healthy. I'm just hoping they will take. It's a combination of the hot weather that we've been having. Just, you know, I'm watering them, but they just don't like being in the baking sun. I'm hoping that this cooler weather will give them a chance to establish. So today's what part of today's plan is to transplant these kale plants, and the variety is called Scarlet, Kale Scarlet. Sow in a sunny spot of the garden. Water frequently to keep the soil moist. Yeah. Anyway, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I don't know, 9 reasonably sized plants. There's some smaller ones there which I'll check out because I've got a few more at home still anyway. So that'll be enough. If I fill the rest of this row now, that'll be enough for me. I expect that'll give me, let's have a look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably about 8 plants or so, depending how I space them. I've also got sprouts and cabbage at home to be transplanted as well. Yes, it's just getting the time to excuse me, just getting the time to do all this work and other things. Right, so without further ado, I'm going to crack on. So what I've been doing, I've been getting some homemade compost, dig a hole, homemade compost, mixing a bit of lime and some sulfate of ammonia in the hole. Not too much, just just a little bit. And obviously I didn't film it, but previously I put the fork through all this bed. I didn't dig it over, I just put the fork in and eased it all the way through. It was getting quite compacted. I put a top dressing of homemade compost on top and some lime, but I'll put a bit of extra when I put the plants in themselves. Bit of homemade compost. Bit of homemade compost. A little bit of sulfate of ammonia. Just work that in. So I've grown these plants in root trainers, as you can see. And just go back to my old trick of putting a empty tin around the plant eventually. I'm hoping this will stop the cabbage root fly, as they say. I'll just water that in a minute later on. Yeah, there's no reason why I can't put that back in. If I didn't have the tin, I would leave the hole open, so when I water it, it stays in one spot rather than just go across all the rest of it. So spacing is around about 18 inches, somewhere around about there, which is, yeah, somewhere around about there. I think that'd be plenty. Got a lot of helicopter traffic going across. Not quite sure where it's going to or where it's coming from. But anyway. Line. Homemade compost. Work that in a bit. So I'll say on the next one you'll see how I do it without a tin. I haven't got enough tins. I haven't saved enough up. Just I mean, it works well in the sense of watering, because you can just fill the tin up. It localizes the water and makes it a lot easier. Right, one more. bit laborious, I know, but the main issue is if I had tons of compost, I wouldn't do it like this. I would just put compost on top, a thick layer, just plant straight through it. So this way, this is the only way I can do it, by localizing the supply, as they say. So you've got two there, but to be honest, I've got plenty at home. Right, so all I'm going to do is get that low down, put that back, and that's it. So when obviously I'll water these in, but over time the roots will be nice and deep, and this will fill back in and help support the plant when it gets taller. Right, so I'm going to put it onto time lapse to do the rest of them. See you in a bit. Okay, so a little bit of real time and time lapse of me putting these curly kale plants. Curly kale. Anyway, yeah. So the idea of the tins, of course, is to hopefully stop the root fly, cabbage root fly, getting at the plants. You can see one of my plants, that's a Calabrese, has failed. I haven't got any spares now, so what I may do, I've got some more curly kale and purple sprouting, so I may just fill those with those plants instead. Yeah, anyway, so for those that don't know, the cabbage root fly comes along at the surface and plants its eggs or whatever against the base of the plant, and then the grub or maggot will go down, work its way down and attach itself to the root and chomp away merrily. So this is supposed to be a barrier. I'm just going to water this now, and as I say, it makes quite a handy little well for it to I know the tins will rust eventually, but that doesn't matter. A bit of iron into the soil, as they say, and I'm hoping that by having a bit of a well like this will also deter the fly. May not, I don't know. There used to be an insecticide called Cybol, S-Y-B-O-L, or Cybol, or whatever you want to call it, and it was very good at preventing the cabbage root fly. You just soak the cabbage, the root ball, in a solution, planted it. You'd only have to do it the once, and that'll be it. As I say, you would never have to spray again after that. But of course, like a lot of these things, the EU banned them, said they're all carcinogenic. Right, so that's those planted. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. I think that should be more than enough for 2 of us. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to set up... Gee whiz. I'm going to set up the next bed. I may do a bit of time lapse on that to show you what I did on the previous bed. And then so I can get the rest of my brassicas in at some point. May not be in today, but just get the bed prepped. Basically fork it out, you know, loosen the top with a fork, just to so it's not so compacted, and then get my brassicas in, various brassicas that is. Right, I think that'll do for now. Bye for now. Well, hello everybody, back again. So just to finish off then, we're back at the ranch, as they say. Nice little downpour of rain. It's finished now, unfortunately. Could have done that for a good hour or so, just to replenish the stocks, as they say. More in the ground than in the tanks, but anyway. So if the weather clears up later, I'll perhaps pop back over and finish off the film. Anyway, so a little bit of mixed news. Sad, not sad exactly, but well, depends how you look at it, I suppose. But it's looking like that the flying is certainly delayed for quite a few months to come. Maybe stopping altogether. I don't know yet. Is a short answer. Anyway, the problem is one of the guys in the syndicate has managed to crash the plane. So, I mean, he's okay, but the plane isn't. Done quite a bit of damage, apparently. So, the best solution for everybody concerned would be for it to be written off. But it's not looking like that at the moment. And the problem is, these particular aircraft now are made in India, which means logistically it's a bit of a nightmare. So, you know, you could be waiting months for parts, and then you've got to get it put back together and fixed, and all a bit of a mess, really. So for me personally, it would be better off if we could write it off, realise the cash from the insurance, and perhaps start again. So yes, there's not going to be any flying videos for some time now, I would imagine. There we are. I don't know. Right, okay, so that'll do for now, because I think this film's going to be too long otherwise. Yeah, so see you in the next one, and hope you're all doing okay, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.